Have you ever noticed how much in life comes down to your foundation? Whether it's learning to swing a baseball bat, building a home, or navigating the storms that inevitably come, your foundation determines your stability. Jesus ends the Sermon on the Mount with a powerful reminder. Hearing his words is not enough. The wise don't just listen, they build their lives on what he says. In today's episode, we're talking about what it really means to have a foundation that lasts. One that can hold steady when life throws its hardest storms your way. Here on the Pastor's Potluck Podcast, our goal is to encourage you and maybe in the process, entertain you. If you're ready, let's dig in. I'm going to struggle a little bit making it through this because Cheryl cooked an amazing lunch for us at staff for our meeting. Before our meeting, we have staff lunch where we hang out and just kind of goof off. And somebody else is always in charge of a different week. And Cheryl had this morning our lunch, and she made breakfast food. She had eggs and sausage and bacon and hash browns and fruit.
And I had a breakfast meeting like 3 hours before that. So I didn't eat all the different stuff Cheryl made. I just went with a couple pancakes and a whole bunch of bacon.
The only thing you didn't eat was the fruit.
But I did. No, I didn't eat the hash browns. I don't really like hash browns that much.
Do you like tater tots?
If they come with a meal, I'll eat them. But like I'm not at something like that. I'm not going to seek them out.
Yeah.
As much of a breakfast fan, I didn't touch the sausage either. Like if there's bacon, I'm good on sausage.
I'm down with like the McDonald's hash browns, though.
Oh yeah. But like if it comes with it, or I have to have gravy really if I'm going to have potatoes. But I just had potatoes at First Watch this morning for my morning meeting.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want any more potatoes. Because have you ever had the $1 Million potatoes at First Watch?
You've told me about them.
Oh, my gosh.
They come with like chorizo and stuff on it?
No, it's so they have the $1 Million bacon that they do. They take that bacon, which is like candied bacon. They crumble it up real small and crispy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. They put that on top of their potatoes, which their potatoes are unreal at First Watch.
Yeah.
And then they have like a Parmesan cream sauce, almost like a Parmesan cream cheese type sauce that they put on top of it. Bro. So I'd already had potatoes, so I passed on it, but it was the 2 cups of milk that put me down. That's what it was. Yeah. I felt fine. I felt perfectly fine because I just ate like 2 pancakes, a couple pieces of bacon. I was good to go.
Yeah.
And I drank my cup of milk. And then I saw that Cheryl had bought a 2 liter of chocolate milk and nobody had drank it. And so I didn't want her to feel like
it wasn't appreciated.
It wasn't appreciated. So I got a full cup of chocolate milk and I chugged it in one drink. And then my stomach was like, I hate you so much. And
it's so funny, too. Like, I find myself, like, if I eat, like, a whole bunch, like, I always feel, like, content. Where there's always, like, one little thing or somebody, like, won't finish their plate of food. And, like, Erica, if we go out to eat and Erica doesn't finish her plate of food, it drives me nuts because I know
I'm a cheapskate. I'm telling you.
Well, yeah, because I know it's going to go into a to-go box and it's going to sit in the fridge for the next 2 weeks until like we open it up one day and it's just going to stink in there. And
that's
so like I'm like I'm going to finish that, and it always does me in.
I've been like that since we had kids. Like whatever's left on the table, I'm going to finish it because we just paid for that.
Yeah.
And I'm such a cheapskate. Like, I'm not leaving that there.
Especially if it's like something that like doesn't reheat well.
No, if it doesn't
like
reheat
chicken
well,
tenders,
I'm taking it down.
Yeah. Chicken tenders, French fries, those don't reheat well. So I want to eat them right then and there.
So, yeah, I don't let stuff go to waste. And that's, it's a problem.
The only time that I really enjoy it, though, is like whenever Erica and I go out for like sushi. I know that's not your thing, but like she gets like a couple. She has the mentality of like, I'm gonna try. Like I want to try because I don't know when the next time I'll be back. So I gotta get this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this.
Oh, that's my problem, dude.
And
when I go to a new restaurant, especially if it's out of town, I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever come here again. So I better try everything. So, it's brutal. I feel Eric on that for sure.
Yeah,
like
I'm the type of person that I know what I like. That's what I'm gonna stick to. Like I know that, like you can go some places and they can like screw up a burger, but like for the most part, burgers are gonna be they're going to be 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to mess up. So you play it safe with a burger or with like some kind of Cajun pasta or chicken fried steak. That's hard to screw up.
No.
I haven't had a bad chicken fried steak at a restaurant.
I
Actually,
can't stop yawning. All of it's getting on me hard.
we need to stop talking about.
We ate, and then like we did staff meeting, and then our staff meeting is largely me talking.
Yeah.
So like I just talked for like an hour, and so now I've got to talk for another hour for this.
No, not that long. But yeah, But it is what it is. I think that God's going to give us the strength. I think that once we get into it, we always tend to find our own rhythm.
I'm actually very passionate about this passage that we're on, so I'm sure I'll kick it into high gear
Yeah, we're wrapping up this conversation on the Sermon on the Mount, which is it's kind of crazy. I mean, we've done this for half the year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But I mean, it's been good. I hope that everybody else has
so.
liked it. I mean, I've heard some people say that they've enjoyed our conversation. Even people that I didn't even think listened to this. They were like, "Yeah, I was listening to this and I got caught up." And I'm like, "When's the next one going to start?" And I'm like, "I'm encouraged that you listen to this." So, thank you.
I hope it's been a blessing.
All right, so we are in this passage of strong foundation, I should say.
Yep.
Right. Jesus gives like
foolish
this.
man builds his house on sand. Wise person builds his house on the rock. This is how Jesus brings to conclusion all of the teaching that he has just done over the last in this series over the last 19 weeks. But
I love it because it's such a visual, like for people, for anybody to understand, and that's like the heartbeat of why Jesus taught this way is because anybody who listens to his words is able to understand and go, oh, that makes sense with these like parable type.
It's a great way
teachings.
to finish. So he's been teaching about these two different kingdoms and this and that. And like really he closes on, so which one of these kingdoms is going to be your foundation?
Yeah.
Because all of us know that no matter what we're doing in life, a strong foundation is a necessity if we're going to have success, period. If you want whatever you build or whatever you're doing to be successful, strong, sturdy, whatever, we all know. Nobody buys a house with structural damage.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you buy a house with structural damage, you know that you have to fix the structural damage or else the house is going to fall down.
Yeah.
And this is Jesus' final warning to people. He's going, look, okay, look, I've laid it out for you. This is what it looks like to live in my kingdom. And yes, it's demanding, and yes, it's different than the way that the world does things. But if you do this, if you live like this, if you believe in my teachings, you are putting your family, yourself, your home on a solid foundation.
Well, and you got to think of it, and you look at it this way. So whenever they build a house, they don't just put the roof. They don't just build the walls. The first thing that is done is the foundation.
That's where it's got to start.
It's got to start. And if it's on sand, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's where it has to start. That's what Jesus is doing here at the end. He's giving you all the information, and now he's going. So, and I like how he talks about the two. He says a wise person builds his house on the solid rock. And the rain comes, and the floodwaters rise, the wind beats against the house, it won't collapse. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey, it is foolish, like a person who builds his house on sand. So he goes, if you want to be wise, build your life on my kingdom.
Yeah.
If you want to be a fool, build your house on the sinking sand of the world's way of doing things.
Yeah.
And I mean, how much evidence do we really need? Just maybe this is like Christian arrogance or whatnot, but how much evidence do we need to look around and just go, I do think that Jesus's way of doing things is far superior to the world's way of doing things.
Yeah.
Like, you just look around the world right now, and it's like, yeah, things are pretty stinking bad. And it's, I mean, do you want to make it worse? Go and do your own thing. Seek your own pleasure. Seek your own way. And Jesus goes, to do that, that's foolish.
Yeah.
It's foolish. Like if the world's going to be hard, why make it harder by building your house on something that cannot sustain you? The world's way of doing things cannot sustain you. You are destined to fall, no matter how nice of a little life you have right now. And you're going, well, we're not an evil family. We're just like a normal family. Like,
yeah.
But we just don't need all that religion. We're doing just fine. It's like you are setting yourself up for at some point for there to be a shaking of your foundation.
Yeah.
Because even a nice family, they're not out doing evil. They're not doing, they're not criminals. They're not like quote unquote bad people in the sense of like human view of bad people.
Yeah.
Even that, you are setting yourself up with a foundation that cannot sustain you.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that the storms of life, whenever Jesus is making this this analogy there, the storms, it's going to come and wash away the foundation if it's not on the solid rock. The thing that's crazy is that whenever life throws you something at you and at your family, it's going to really reveal where your foundation
100%
is.
100% will. And here's the thing. This is the point we've been making. The world system is not strong enough to hold you.
Yeah.
There's an end to it. I was just I love listening to podcasts and things. I think I was just listening to the Carey Nieuwhof podcast this past week, and someone made a quote from Tom Brady. Tom Brady, 6-time Super Bowl champion. They said after he won his 5th Super Bowl, I believe, he made this remark like, there has to be more to life than this.
Yeah.
Like anyone that's caught up in the world's way of doing things, especially if you're an NFL football player, you're thinking that's the pinnacle. That's what I want, a Super Bowl. And he did it 6 times. And after the 5th time, he's like, there has to be something more to life than this.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. So like if you're you're that nice family, like you're not an evil family by any stretch of the imagination, but you're just a family that has built your life on the way that the world says that it ought to. It's a shaky foundation when you find out that the world can't hold you, because life is going to be so difficult. It may not be right now in this moment, but there's coming a moment in your life. Someone's going to get sick. Someone's going to lose a job. You're going to lose a friend.
Yeah.
Something is going to happen. And when that happens, it, like you said, it's going to reveal your foundation. And if your foundation was built on the sand, which is Jesus' way of saying it's a very weak foundation to follow the world, then everything around you is going to come crumbling down. That nice little family that you built apart from God, it's going to get exposed for what it is.
Yeah.
And everything's going to come crashing down around you at some point.
Yeah.
And not to get like doom and gloom on you, if it doesn't in this life, you can be assured it will in the next.
Yeah.
You can be sure that there will be some sort of hell to pay for building on the wrong foundation. Even if you don't get it in this life, maybe God spares you and shows you his grace in this life. Apart from Jesus, there will be hell to pay.
Yeah. There's this, what I've enjoyed about this whole conversation from start to finish is that there is this choice that we have to make. There is no in between. This life that is a kingdom focused, kingdom filled, things of God life that we can all benefit from, and we see the beauty of it, and there's amazing and incredible things. And then there's this life that is always trying to take and trying to destroy in this kingdom of earth type of mentality that we can choose. And so it goes back to this to this, like, how do we make sure that we are doing these things? And it goes back, and like Jesus ends this sermon as this way. It's like, look, you got to start at the bottom. You got to start at the ground.
Yeah, and
you get your foundation.
And he makes it clear too. This comes at the end of all of this teaching about how we ought to live our lives.
Yeah,
and he doesn't like he says. I want to say it exactly how he has it here because it's really anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it.
Yeah,
is wise. So here, listen to me. People that hear the teaching of Jesus and find it to be attractive, maybe find it to be helpful, but yet they don't follow it, you still find yourself in the category of the fool.
Yeah.
It's only in the application of the teaching of Jesus that the solid foundation is solidified.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he goes, I've preached now all this time. If you don't do, it's not knowing, it's doing. Right? Like I'm getting ready to preach tonight to our small group from 1 John chapter 2. Yeah, it says it right out of the gate in verse 3. He said, John essentially goes, those people who know God obey his commands. It's like, and what so many people have tried to do, especially in modern Christianity, is we have tried to divorce faith from faithfulness. And you can't, faith leads to faithfulness.
Yeah.
Like there's this whole idea that you are saved and yet you neglect the teachings of Jesus. This is not a life that actually exists. That's like, you didn't get saved because of your faith, and that faith not end up as faithfulness to the teachings of Jesus.
Yeah.
Just didn't happen. It's a fairy tale. It was like you went to maybe you went to a church service and it was, hey, raise your hand at the end if you want to accept this. And you're like, what? Eternal life? Forgiveness of my sins? Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
But it didn't result in a life of faithfulness, then you didn't really get saved.
Yeah.
You just didn't, because Jesus goes, it's the people that do what I say. Like elsewhere, Jesus says, what is it, John? Late in the Gospel of John, Jesus says, if you love me, what does he say? Go to church. If you love me, say the right things. If you love me, believe the right things. No, he says, if you love me, keep my commands. Yep. Like, if you love me, do what I say to do. Yeah. Because I'm not doing it because I'm a killjoy. I'm not telling you not to do this because I want to suck all the fun out of your life. I'm doing this because I love you and I care for you. I'm trying to protect you.
Yeah.
But you don't really love me.
Yeah,
I don't follow my commands.
I think a lot of people, whenever you hear that for the first time, you do have to make a decision about where you want to put your foundation. And so many times people in this life wait for the storms to happen to address the foundation.
Yeah.
And at that time, it's costing a lot.
Oh my gosh. Like, it costs a whole lot.
We know that there's certain areas in West Virginia, just because of their location, they are prone to flooding. And if we have that information, then we know that if I'm going house shopping, I'm not going to go buy a house in Campbell's Creek, because that area of town is known for flooding whenever rains eventually do make their way through there. You know, it's like every 3 or 4 years. Like I would be remiss to go buy a house.
Like you know the dangers.
I know the dangers because I've been exposed to them and they've been shown to me. I can look at other people's lives and seen what has happened whenever they have known, they have heard of where they need to place their foundation in this life, on Jesus or on things of this world. And whenever they actively neglect the things of Jesus and then they continue to do the things of this world, and whenever the storms come up, it is costing them greatly because they didn't address where their foundation was going to be.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
sorry if that was another one of those bad analogies.
Like when we were house shopping back in 2020, we looked at a bunch of houses up in South Hills area.
Yeah.
You can't find anything in the South Hills area that does not have some sort of structural issue because it's all built on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like we knew that a lot of those, even if they had been worked on, they still had issues. And you're like, do you really want to put your faith and trust in something that might be faulty.
Yeah.
And like, again, it's not just that Jesus is giving this like picture of a way to live life and it's something to be admired. Like, I have this quote from the original sermon from R.T. France. It's the teaching of the Sermon on the Mount is not meant to be admired. It's not like a tapestry you just hang up on your wall and go, wow, his teaching was so remarkable. No one else was talking like this. It's not actually meant to be admired. It's meant to be obeyed. Like, you're actually supposed to live like this.
Yeah.
Like, all the stuff that we've talked about. Like, it talks about prayer, talks about giving, talks about lust, talks about divorce. Like, these are not just meant to be like, wow, he was so revolutionary.
Yeah.
Let me get a tattoo of this. Like, you're actually supposed to do it. Like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to do it because it's the wise way to live your life. And don't neglect the words of Jesus. If you want to be wise, don't just admire them. Like, I know a lot. You know what's funny is I know a lot of people that admire Jesus as a teacher,
Yeah.
and yet they don't really follow his teachings except for the ones that they like. You have to see in and of yourself. Like, if that's you, like, that's very foolish to admire some of the teachings of Jesus and then not put them into practice is foolishness. Like, if I know what I ought to do and I don't do it, that just makes me a fool.
Yeah.
So you got to be like very careful. And I'm not just trying to admire the teachings of Jesus. I really want to follow them
And live them out.
I want to live them out. There has to be a deliberate choice that's made.
Well, how can we, so us as individuals who claim to be Christ followers, how can we guard ourselves from kind of like that deceit, or sometimes that we like lie to ourselves, like that we're doing this, like, oh yeah, I do that. I read my Bible. I stop whenever the verse of the day comes on Facebook, or, like
this is the again, I think we might have just went here last week.
yeah, I'm trying to hammer down this idea that that we there's something that we have to be doing.
I just talked about this on here last week, but this is the reason why I feel uniquely called to an area like West Virginia.
Yeah.
Is because you said, how do we know if we're doing this? And it's like, the hard part is to get people that believe themselves to be in right relationship with God to actually respond to the gospel.
Yeah.
And actually live it out. It is so difficult.
Yeah.
Because there's such a cultural Christianity that is ingrained in people in the Bible Belt that it's like, oh, of course I'm a Christian. And it's like, well, do you follow the law of God?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I try. And you go, oh, okay. Is that what we're doing now? It's just like, but there's no evidence. We talked about fruit last week. I'm like, there's just no evidence of it. So if I could figure out the answer to your question, how do you get people to realize that they have the wrong foundation? I would be much more successful in the mission God has given me here at Southridge Church.
Yeah.
But again, it's how do you get people to see what they refuse to see? I don't. Or how do you even get people to recognize what's true about themselves if they don't believe that it's true?
Mm-hmm.
And you're working from two different sets of definitions. And what I mean by that is, I think a lot of times whenever I say things like, I'm here to get the church saved, and there will be those that's actually meant for that'll go, oh, that's not for me though, because well, I'm good with the Lord because of this and this and this, and like, we're working from two different definitions of what it means to be a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you get people to see that? If I ever figure that out, I mean, I'll probably be a much more effective evangelist, because I am convinced, at least here in West Virginia, there's a lot of people that think that they're on their way to an eternity with Jesus that are on their way to the worst shock of their life.
Yeah.
And then, like, the other side of it is we have a necessity, because I don't want to sit here and act like it's all, gloom and doom.
Yeah.
We also have a necessity to share with people the grace and the mercy of Jesus,
Yeah.
which is meant to assure them and to comfort them and to uplift them.
Mm-hmm.
But then as you do that, for people that genuinely need it,
Mm-hmm.
people that are also just playing the game grab a hold of that same idea, and it comforts them in their situation.
Mm.
And this is why, like, I was looking here at the note that I have. It says storms reveal the foundation.
Yeah.
This is why, for most people, something awful has to happen to get their attention.
Yeah.
Right? There's this story in the book of Acts where Paul is preaching one night late into the evening. I think it says that he's preaching like past midnight, and there's a young man sitting there listening to the sermon. He's sitting in a window. I think his name is I'm gonna Utica or something like that. I can't remember the name, but he's in the window. He's listening to Paul preach. Paul is doing what all pastors do when they preach, going way too long.
Yeah.
The guy falls asleep, and I think that's a picture of a lot of the American church.
Yeah.
Is, I showed up for the sermon, but I am spiritually asleep. Like, I am so, but because I showed up, I've lulled myself into a sense of acceptance for where I'm at spiritually,
Yeah.
that I can be fully asleep and yet fully confident that everything is okay. And what happens with the young man in the story, you know what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, he falls out of the window.
Yeah. He falls out.
And he dies. Paul ends up, if I'm not mistaken, bringing him back to life. It's like, that's what's going to happen to a lot of people. And like, if you're that sleeping Christian that like, and I say Christian quote unquote, because if you're sleeping, not Christian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not talking about sleeping during sermons either, if that wasn't clear. I'm saying if you're going through life totally rejecting the teachings of Jesus, and yet you're showing up at church and going through some religious practices, but there's no transformation like on the inside.
Yeah.
You're just sleepwalking through life spiritually. What's going to have to happen to get your attention? It won't be a sermon. This is why I'm largely ineffective in preaching people out of this, because it won't happen in a sermon. It won't happen in a podcast. What has to happen is you have to let people fall out the window and hit rock bottom, and then they go, oh, now I see
Yeah.
I had the wrong foundation the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's what it sucks, because
Yeah, it does.
we really I really wish that it didn't take God allowing storms in your life
Yeah.
to get your attention. But that's sometimes what he has to do. That's what he had to do to me, because I like, you know.
I was just about to say, I was like, he did the same thing to me.
Yeah, it's like, and that's why I feel so passionate about it, is because it happened to me. I'm like, I don't want, learn from my mistakes. That's what I told my kids a couple of weeks ago. Like,
Yeah, I did the same thing for Nolan.
I did everything else, so like, I already paid the price for it. So why don't you just learn from me instead of having to do it yourself?
Yeah.
Because it really, like, don't live the type of life that God has to send a storm into your life to get your attention.
Yeah.
Like, because you're going to experience storms anyways.
Yeah.
Like, why make things worse? Like, don't play this game of being asleep and thinking that everything is okay. Because, well, I did a little bit of church stuff. Don't be that person, because when the storm comes, your foundation is going to be revealed as to whether or not there's a genuineness in the confession that you claim to have.
Yeah.
In that moment, you're going to wish and hope that whatever you said was true about yourself was actually true.
Mm.
because storms suck.
Yep.
And if you got your house built on the sand, as Jesus talks about, it's all coming crashing down.
You can't even build anything like that looks halfway decent if it's on the sand. You ever built that's why whenever people build sandcastles
Exactly.
and stuff like that, like if I've ever tried to build a sandcastle, it always comes out wonky. Or if you tried to just take popsicle sticks and tried to build a house on the sand, everything else that you're trying to add on top of your life is just going to turn out just ugly.
It's always going to end up a little bit crooked, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter the higher you stack on the sand, it's bound to get crooked because the foundation is constantly shifting.
Yeah.
And it's always also if you take the analogy, if you're building on the sand, and clearly Jesus has in mind like the sand beside beside a sea.
Yeah, which the tides are going to come
always,
in.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always people walking by that.
There by the tides.
Yeah.
And eventually the water's coming. And so if the water is going to come, you need to make sure that you've built on the right foundation.
Yeah. I see that mystery meat jar. I forgot to put it on the table. It's right over there. Thank you, buddy. I wonder if that went to your mind. You're like, oh, did he give it up this week? No, I didn't.
No, I knew what you did.
I wanted to see your commitment to the bit, actually. That actually.
I could have broke the jar on the video.
Dang, that'd have been bad.
What you got two of them for?
No, I got one. Oh, my bad. Which one, left or right?
I don't care. I'm gonna give a half-hearted answer no matter what. No, I'm just kidding.
No, this is your JM too. All right, if you could have a lifetime supply of one specific snack, which one would you pick?
Oh my gosh, lifetime supply.
Lifetime.
But I can still have
supply.
other snacks, but I just have to pay for them.
Yeah, like
Oh.
this is like
The watermelon wedges from Joyride. Period.
Yeah, every
It's
month
because
you
it's
get a box of them, and
It's a $5 bag of candy,
Yeah,
and so I'm not in the business of paying $5 a pop for candy.
yeah,
So if I could get that for free for the rest of my life, count me in on that.
yeah. I think I'm leaning more towards chips. I don't know that I want candy.
Well, I like chips a lot,
Yeah,
but they're cheaper than the Joyride candy.
I think if I have to go based on price, I would probably do something. Dude, you know what I'm like really into right now? Do you like Werther's Originals?
Oh my gosh. You've been hanging out with Will Ford too much.
No, yeah, that.
He loves Werther's Originals.
Have you tried the
And, like,
soft ones?
No.
Bruh.
You're talking about old people candy, dude.
I'm the oldest person on staff.
You are.
What are you talking
are.
about?
You are.
I mean, whenever I start eating them, like gumming them,
Yeah.
then you have to worry.
No, I'm not into Werther's.
Or dang, I don't know if it's like the little chocolate squares. It comes in like an assorted bag. It's got like caramel and like, you never seen those, dude? The Lindor or the Lindt?
Oh, I don't know.
LINDT?
Like truffles?
No, it's like a candy bar, but it's just like a square, and it's individually wrapped.
I don't care about those either.
Bro, okay, if I'm gonna go back to chips, I gotta try to give you something to win you over. For my
I love
response.
chips.
Okay, do you like those the cheese munchies? That's got like
what?
the Doritos, the
That
Cheetos.
is also old people food. What are you talking about? Munchies?
Yeah,
That's all. You've named like 3 things that my grandmother would have had at her house when I was growing up.
Wheat Thins.
I mean, what in the world? Chips. Like normal chips.
I already know what chips to say to get on your good side, but I'm not gonna.
What?
I don't eat the swit chili heat from Doritos.
Oh man, those are
See?
the purple Doritos.
Bro, I'm telling you, I know you.
What's the hot Cheetos?
The Takis.
No, it's hot Cheetos. What
Yeah,
do they
Flamin'
call
Hot.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
Sour cream and onion chips, barbecue chips.
Have you had the Flamin' Hot Munchies?
If you say munchies one more time,
You don't. Have you had the Flamin' Hot Munchies?
No. I
No?
eat Flamin' Hot Cheetos like a normal
So
person.
it's got the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. It's got the Flamin' Hot Doritos, and then it's got I think pretzels and like spicy Chex Mix. Dude, I'm down with it.
Munchies.
Get a little bit of. Speaking of munchies, this is totally off topic. Growing up, my little brother had a doll called Munchie-Chi. So
Munchichi?
Munchie-Chi, it was a little monkey, and
He had a monkey?
no, it was like a doll.
I thought you said a dog. Sorry. I was like, what are y'all doing in Texas growing up with a munchichi?
No,
And then you said it was a monkey, and I'm like, wait, did you say dog and a monkey? What did you have in your house growing up?
no. It was like
I've been to your
it was a
house,
toy. It was like a toy.
and he called it munchichi.
That was the actual name of it. Like that's what it was on the packaging. It was Munchie-Chi. Bruh, 80s were a glorious time.
Oh my gosh.
You were born in the 80s?
Yeah, but I came in at the end of them.
Yeah, you did.
Like I don't remember the 80s.
I do.
I was born at the end of 86.
Yeah,
So
you were
I was
three.
3 in the 80s.
Yeah,
I'm a 90s kid.
yeah. Saved by the Bell guy.
Big Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World.
Did you ever have a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper?
I don't know what that means.
You had a Trapper Keeper though.
Definitely had Trapper Keeper. I don't know who Lisa Frank is.
It was the one that had all like the crazy designs on it.
Did you have to have money to have that?
They sold it at Walmart.
Oh, I don't know. I might have.
Yeah.
I definitely had a Trapper Keeper, but I don't know that I had a fancily designed one.
Yeah.
But also back to the snacks.
Sorry.
Munchichi, you know. No, mine would be, and again, this is my we don't, Ryan Trahan, if you're listening, because I know you're a big fan.
We could use a sponsor.
We would do a sponsorship with you, Ryan, but Joyride candy is fantastic.
Yeah.
I just had the gummy worms for the first time.
Yeah, that candy that you brought from your trip
word.
was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
My word, the gummy worms are so good. But the little watermelon pieces, holy cow, they're so good.
Let me ask you this, since we're talking about like influencer candy, do you like the Mr. Beast candy bar?
Absolutely. Yeah. No,
I don't like I don't like the milk chocolate one though.
Yeah, I don't like just eat a chocolate bar. That's weird. I'm not like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, but like
yeah.
I'm the peanut butter cups that he makes are very good.
Haven't tried them.
No, granted, I know he's trying to like make a different type of candy and all this, and I have mad respect for it.
Yeah.
I still love Reese's.
Yeah.
But his peanut butter cups are very good. But Ryan, he's getting into some other stuff too, though. Like I was just telling people at lunch, they just released a chocolate milk. There's 13 grams of protein in it. That's Feastables, which is Beast's chocolate. That I'm probably going to get. Not today. I've had enough milk today.
I was about to say, Brett, you going off the deep end on the chocolate
I'm getting
milk.
ready to go to the gym, so I could use the protein, I'm sure. But it looks great. But like Ryan Trahan's Joyride candy, I don't like all of the SKUs. Like some of the stuff is not good.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But those little watermelons, I would eat it so much more often because honestly, where it's plant based, it's a ton of fiber. It's more fiber than you and I would eat.
Yeah.
In one bag of that, you will get more fiber than what you eat fairly healthy. Mm-hmm. You'll get more fiber than what you eat in a normal week in one bag of that. No lie, because it's like 5 or 6, maybe upwards. Some of the candies upwards of 8 grams of fiber in every serving, and it's like 4 servings per bag.
Yeah, that's
so you're talking like 30 plus grams of fiber. Like, have you ever try to get a bunch of fiber in your diet? Because I'm supposed to be doing that right now.
Yeah,
it's hard.
If
you eat a bag of candy, get you 32 grams of it. It's the best way to do it. But like,
it's not as hard for regular people that have normal appetites.
Maybe, but I'm just saying, it's a lot of fiber, and it's like, they taste. So because they're healthier and have plant-based and all this. Like they're $4.99 a bag. That's why I would choose it to be unlimited, because
it's a little pricey.
It's the same size bag as a $3 bag of.
And there's no sugar in it, right?
No, there is.
Okay,
it's just less. It's less sugar, plant-based.
I thought it was like natural sweeteners that they put in it.
They don't do any artificial coloring.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have a lot of the harsh chemicals in it and stuff, but they definitely still have sugar.
Yeah.
But like way less sugar. It's a healthier candy. It's not like healthy candy, so it's not hey, go on a diet and just eat this candy. It's just healthier. Like if you're gonna make a bad choice, you can make less of a bad choice with Joyride.
Yeah.
But because it's healthier candy, it costs like 2 times what a normal bag of candy costs.
What would a healthy candy be then? Like a cough drop or something?
I think that's a healthy candy is just called fruit.
I talked to Ryan.
I had an apple last night.
Hey.
Yeah. So I had the healthy candy last night.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All righty, man. We're going to get out of here. Appreciate you. Looking forward to next week. We got a fun one next week, but after that, then we'll get started in a new series, and we'll see y'all next time.
What are we doing next week?
Thank you so much for listening in with us today. We really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram. You can also watch the video version of this on YouTube as well. All you have to do is search up the Pastor's Potluck Podcast. From all of us here, we want to say thank you, and we'll see you next week.